Joe here from ActionX. Welcome to Let Joe Talk, or welcome back if once again you have reached the very bottom of the YouTube watch bandwagon. Also, I still can't speak English. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with my mouth lately. Like, literally, half the time I'm doing these videos, I always blank out, or like my mouth is like so full with saliva that I just can't finish my statements or my sentences. So yeah, I gotta work on that. Maybe I should visit a doctor when this is, this coronavirus shit is all over. But before I begin, I hope everyone's doing well. It's May. It's crazy. We're officially in May territory, and it's kind of weird how nearly 2 months ago I was briefly back in classes. Was about to begin the final run of my last semester, and this all happened. So yeah, it's crazy how much time has passed, and yeah, it sucks the whole thing that we're not anywhere near improvements. We're not anywhere near the whole end of the site for this lockdown period. I feel like my dad keeps telling me like we're just beginning, which he might have a point to it now that we're now officially 2 months into this, but oh well. I mean, again, I'm willing to sacrifice a little bit of my time to have the rest of my life to be happy and to be able to see my friends again. A little bit of time isn't the end of the world. Well, that was this horrible phrasing on my part. I apologize. But anyway, so this week we're doing something a little bit different than usual. I think I never talked about this topic before, but I feel like, you know what, I've covered almost every single part of the world by this point. We have to talk about fashion. And before I begin, I'm going to take a long swig of my hot tea because it's going to be a long one, guys. Brace yourself. Oh yeah. So, fashion versus function has been a thing that has been affecting my life about for the last 6 years. I mean, I was growing up more of a function guy because my parents would force me to be a function guy, and then for me, it also made sense to be function. No. And as time goes on, I think in the last recent couple of years, it has been more fashion over function, which one of my best friends ever told me that, nah, you're stupid. Function should always go over fashion. And, well, he's different than me. But anyway, so that's kind of what I want to talk about today. It's like, what is the right side of things? Is there even a right side of things? Do the fashion people have a sense of, being right? Or do the function people have that sense of being right? We're going to figure that out today. And also give my story, my perspective on the whole thing. Because it is actually quite important nowadays, considering the fact some people will go out of their way to make sure they look perfect in every single aspect of their outward appearance, that they're willing to take some sacrifices, as I'll talk about when I get to my stories. So, again, I started functioning as a functioner in terms of my wardrobe choices since I was a little kid. Parents usually make sure we are bundled up during the winter, that we are very comfortable during the summer, and make sure that we're always wearing the appropriate amount of clothing for whatever temperature. That's the basic definition of functional. And for me, yeah, it was. And again, I come from a very Hispanic household, so it was very much not really much of a recommendation, more like an order. So I would be ordered and I would be analyzed every single detail. Like, the one time I really hated the function format was when I was 8, 9, 10. So this was like around my current body height and size was starting to like really expand outwards. I wasn't growing up yet. I wasn't growing as of yet, so the body, all the fat I used to have, the baby fat as people call it, was still there. It was slowly expanding. So my neck area, which if you have seen some of my earlier episodes of this show, I always constantly do this because my neck would always bother me because of the skin and the extra weight. So when it came to there was a certain piece of clothing where it's like a sweater, but it doesn't have, like, it's not your typical hoodie or anything, or just like a simple like sweater, like there's like a zipper function here. And my issue with that was that the metal piece, like the metal zipper, would be so cold and it would be so uncomfortable that I would literally try to like stretch it as far back as I can so it doesn't affect me. And I always hated it. I always did. And even if I was to zip it up, the straight cold line of the metal would affect me so much. And also, like, since it would be all the way up here, it's like my neck area cannot handle much clothing or fabric. It just can't. It's so uncomfortable. It really is. And even when I go jogging, like the nigger is like this, that's fine, I guess. But it was like fully up there to like where my chin is right now, and it was so annoying, and I really hated that. Like every single time winter comes around, I would always dread wearing that sweater. I would always beg my parents, like, please do not make me wear this, please. It just, I don't want it. And being the Hispanic parents they are, they don't really care, and they're like, nope, you're gonna wear this, we bought it, you're gonna wear it, and you're gonna take it to school. And I literally had no say in the matter. So from then on, I continued on, especially as I got older, and once I hit becoming a teenager, I didn't really exactly have to be always getting approval from my parents. It was always like, okay, I'm at that age where it's like, I know what I have to wear. I always wore the most comfortable clothes to be safe during this weather, even though it might look the ugliest. It doesn't matter. It just, my health was more important than the looks, because even back then I can safely admit I did not look good, so I didn't really care about looking good. It was my priority to make sure I am safe getting to where I'm from whenever I was able to go out, whether it was for school or going out with my dad or my mom. It would just depend on the day. And that's kind of how I led my life until about, I'm going to say, 2017, around that time period. Even going into college, yeah, like that would be the norm. Like I would not give a damn about my appearance whatsoever. And I guess it's kind of a twofold thing. Like I know people nowadays, well, I guess people that become that age would realize that, yeah, you should focus more on like your outward appearance as you're getting older. You want to be more appealing to people, but also you need to have that side of you, like, yeah, you do need to be safe. You need to be bundled up for the cold, or very comfortable for the summer, for the very hot day. Oh my God, the amount of hot days I had to deal with last year. That's a side story. That doesn't really have to do anything with this conversation, but oh my God, last summer was just a nightmare with my clothing. Anyway, so, and then from then, I think it was around, 2017, around when I had to change some things in my life. I knew that I kind of wanted to start looking better with my clothing, because again, at the time period, if you had watched another episode I did recently about motivation and weight loss, I was still looking. Again, you can go back to my older videos. You can see, I think when Let Joe Talk started, I was still. You can compare the similarities there, but that time period, I still didn't look good enough to even like qualify in the outward appearance. So I try to make it up with my fashion choices. I would try to get more red shirts. I would try to get more better looking jackets. I would, and also another ironic thing. I stopped wearing long sleeve shirts the moment I left high school. Like I have not worn, besides that, I have not worn a single long sleeve short in 5 years. It's crazy. Like I would usually, like I would love long sleeve shirts. Now it just, like my arms, the forearms and the little bit of my regular arm, it needs to be free. And that's just so weird. And I would still always wear a t-shirt even in the winter. Well, because I'm also bundled up and everything, so it doesn't really matter per se. But still, it was just so crazy how I haven't worn that in a long ass time, so. Oh, well, maybe that's how life works for you. So to get back to my story, so with the whole now becoming from a function man to a fashion guy, I would go to more clothing stores. I would be more selective with my wardrobe choices, because in middle school I had a dress code, so no matter what, I had to wear a certain attire. And then in high school, it would just literally be whatever the hell I want. Like I could literally throw on the same shirt 2 days in a row, make sure it smelled good, and it's like, okay, it's good to go. In college, more towards the second half of my college career, it was very much like, okay, I'm going to dress to impress people, both my professors, girls, even guys, and just anyone in general, just trying to impress them. And I felt like I did better myself. Again, the physical appearance was very much another factor that I had to deal with later on in a couple of years from that time period. But I was slowly starting to become more fashion guy than function guy anymore, where my dad would literally tell me like, oh, you're not wearing your double jacket that much because, well, it makes me look, at the time, fatter. It makes me look big. And I didn't like that. So I would always try my best to try to like leave the house without wearing that, regardless if it's snowing, regardless if it's if it's raining. Even now, another problem I still have. I'm admitting this is a problem, but I just prefer the comfortness of wearing it. Is that whenever it's raining, obviously people tell you wear boots or wear closed toes. Not closed toe, clothes. Like the sneakers I wear are very much like they're open like fabric. So the fabric is very loose and very thin enough so that when water goes through, it's very much like it seeps through right away. There's no like it's gonna go into your socks and gonna go into your foot like fairly quickly, and even for me, it's like I still prefer wearing my sneakers as shoes because my sneakers look. I usually get red sneakers. It's another one of my traits is that I always wear red shirts, red shoes. If there was red jeans, which I know there are, I would wear red jeans. I just love red, so I want to show them off and make that part of my look. I don't like the boots. I understand there are more better looking boots out there, but for me those are really expensive, and I don't feel like spending a lot of money on boots, so I tend to skip that. So I would just make it simpler to myself. I'll just get sneakers. But there has been incidents where I literally walked to school one day with sneakers during a rainy day, and I had to sit around for like 6-7 hours with wet ass feet, and I'm like, should have wore the boots. Should have wore the boots. And I admit sometimes I do make mistakes. I do make regret. Even my dad tells me later on, like, okay, if you want to wear your sneakers, that's fine. Just make sure you have an extra pair of socks so you don't get sick, so you don't get any hypothermia or something from the wet feet, because it does cause that. And yeah, he does have a point on there. And then especially after I started losing more weight, I started, getting down to large type shirts and even medium shirts. And so now the ensemble is complete, where it's like I finally found a great look for me. And it is not cold weather enabled. It is not at all. It's very much still, it's not the best. If I'm going to go on a snowy day, my appropriate attire for myself would not survive the winter months. And that's kind of how I've been dealing with even now. I mean, I love leather jackets so much. I got one from Forever 21 on sale before I started my this academic year, and then I got another red jacket about a couple months ago before COVID started. That was going to be my jacket for now when I went to school, but with everything going on, it was kind of a waste of money. Well, not really a waste of money. I really love the jacket, but I can't wear it that much because of everything going on. It's a little bit more. It has more fabric inside, so it was meant to solve the solution that, okay, if I don't wear the second jacket, I could just wear this specific jacket. It'll make me look good, and as well as it'll make me feel comfortable. So I try to find now very much halfway stones to try and okay, I still want to look great, but I also want to, stay safe and, make sure I'm not going to get sick from anything. So that was kind of like my solution to both aspects. And now with everything going on, I literally I just wear my lazy clothes at home when I'm working. I try to wear my best shirts, possibly. This is one of my best shirts. Actually, this is kind of faltering a little bit. It's not even a year old. I try to wear my best shirts on camera, but then when I'm not on camera, usually during the week, I try to film on the weekends, because that's when everyone's mostly secluded. I'm able to record more peacefully. That's when I get my work done. But then after that, it's I'm just wearing lazy clothes. I don't give a damn about that. And then when I go to work, I just wear my uniform and my leather jacket now because that's all I want to wear. So to kind of get back to the overall topic, now you understand my journey is that what is better, fashion or function? And again, there is going to be the very high, again, this is Let Joe Talk, it's a biased opinion show, and I'm sorry for calling these people this name. There are fashion divas who would tend to say, you gotta look your best no matter what, in the rain, in the snow, in a heat wave. If it's -7 degrees, you gotta look your best no matter what. Don't tarnish the material. And I sound like one of them right now. Oh, Jesus Christ. But then there's some people like my best friend who tells me no, you gotta stay safe. You gotta be ready for the weather no matter what it throws at you. Your fashion time will come. Just bundle up, or just wear the right clothing you can, so you don't affect yourself. Because there was one summer where I was wearing a jacket, and it made me look good. The problem is, it was an 85-degree weather day. We were walking around so much, and my Oh my God, my body, the sweat marks that occurred that day was, whew, very, very, very bad. Actually, there was one time when, and this is not related to the topic, I just want to tell the story. I went to a friend's bowling event, and I wanted to walk because I wanted to save the $2.75 on the bus fare. So I'm like, I can walk. It takes like 35 minutes to get there from my house. I'm going to take the walk. And I did. And I was like, okay, I'm going to stop at Toys R Us and, check some stuff out. I'll be there a little early, and then I'll get in there and, I'll be ready. So I started walking, and then, literally, by the time I hit, the halfway mark, I started feeling, the sweat marks on my, again, when I used to have my, I still have some of it, but, when it was used to be worse, I would feel, the folds of my stomach, they started to, get a little bit sweaty, and then it was ah, crap. And usually it's my back, the back area gets the most affected by the sweat marks, because I guess all the sweat goes to the back, I guess. I don't know how the physiological works on that, but that's how it would be. And then by the time I got to Toys R Us when it was still open, so this was a long time ago, I would be covered in sweat marks, my forehead would be dripping, my face was shiny, and this was around the time I started, no, I don't think this was at the time yet, but this was right around the time where I started noticing these, and I was trying to create some solution to kind of okay, let me try and make myself look good. It didn't work. It didn't work. I got rid of my sweat marks on my person, but I didn't get it out of my shirt. I should have wore a backup shirt, but I didn't, because I didn't know that I was going to sweat this bad. I mean, none of my friends at the time, they told me about this, so I guess I was fine. They just wanted to be nice and not say anything. But yeah, that was just a bad day. I should have worn I think I saw a picture of that recently. I think I was wearing a black shirt. Oh God. But anyway, so back to, no, I was wearing a red shirt now that I think about it. Yeah, so that had nothing to do with it. So, and to get back to my topic, I don't even know why I went on that tangent here. I think obviously right now I am a fashion person, but I'm also I'm trying to be a function person again. But I think also the way the world of designs work, I think there's starting to be, and I'm noticing this recently as a person who has just recently went into I need to look my best in every single aspect of my body and my clothing. I am trying to find items that are very much both in the fashion realm and the function realm. I understand they've been around for forever, but for me it was always I'm always function. Now I'm fashion. But I gotta be both, because I'm an adult. I'm 22 years old. I gotta grow up sometime. And yeah, so I would, with the red jacket I found, which I really should have put on for this episode, but I got tons of homework to do, and it's the last step of my graduation, so I gotta finish that soon. So I forgot to bring it up. But that jacket was literally it looked perfect on the outside, and it was very functional on the inside. And I mean, yeah, so that would be the best case scenario to kind of find the balance. But of course, obviously, when you're shopping, you tend to you want to look for the best thing possible. Not all the times you're going to be able to find the thing you actually want. I've tried searching for this another leather jacket I was going to get, and I could not find it. It was just hard to get. And thankfully, this jacket showed up. It was the perfect color. It was the perfect type I was actually looking for. So it worked out, and I bought it. But had I just found the other leather jacket, I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to buy this one. I want this better. So I think it is the selfish thing that I always do want to look good, no matter where, if I'm with friends or I'm with someone else or someone new or on a business thing. I always want to look my best. And nowadays, it's more of, I don't want to look my best. I want to impress people. I want to be able to, maybe spot someone on the street, okay, I look good to maybe even approach them, which I never do because with COVID going on, I can't really do that. The only place I go to is work, and I'm not trying to do anything at work because my priority to work is to work, and that was I said work too many times. I'm so tired. It's been a long day. So yeah. So what is the fashion versus function? What is the victor here? I don't know. I really don't know. Right now, my current mindset is fashion, but the in nerd part of me is saying function. Be safe. Put boots on when it's raining. Bring an umbrella. Wear your big jacket so you don't get sick. That usual shtick. It's kind of hard to say, it really is, because again, it depends on the person. I feel like any parent would tell you, no, always be functional. Always make sure you're ready for any weather condition that throws your way. That's totally respectful, but I guess because I am a young adult and I'm at that age where it's like, I'm ready to meet people, I'm ready to hang out with people, I'm ready to meet potential romances, if I'm going to say it like that. I have to look my best, and that requires me to look the best, and that requires me to have the best clothes that I want. That doesn't necessarily mean a functional thing. So it's a very difficult line to carry. I mean, again, the number one thing, protect yourself, protect your health, make sure that comes above all else. But on this end, I'm going to have to go with fashion on this one. I think fashion just barely beats out function for an adult like me at my current age. Maybe when I'm 30, which I don't even want to think about when I'm 30. That seems like so far away. Maybe I'll have an updated opinion. But until then, I'm going to be a fashion person, especially when COVID is over, whenever that is, because God, it sucks that I can't buy new clothes, because what's the point of buying new clothes if I'm not going to be able to wear them? And I'm not going to wear it inside, because I want to be comfortable in my own house. I'm going to wear my lacy clothes. I'm going to wear my extra large shirts with my baggy sweatpants, because I want to feel comfortable. That's the way it is. Anyway, so, yeah, and also this episode proves I am not the person to talk about fashion at all, because I think I butchered so many fashion terms. And if you're into the fashion world, I'm so sorry I had to put you through that. I kind of want to say my piece on it. I'll probably never talk about fashion again unless I have a guest on the PodXcast or something where we talk about that. But anyway, I think that's going to do it for me, guys. So if you were unaware of this was Let Joe Talk from Action X. If you want to see more Let Joe Talk, we post a brand new episode each and every Wednesday, hopefully, whenever we can, as well as other content on the channel that you might enjoy, featuring our television commentary show, What's on the Tube. Not really commentary, more like a review format, somewhat. Also, you can check out our official podcast, as well as our DVD boxings, if you want to. My glasses, for some reason, are very much shaky. I think I have to get new glasses soon, but everything's closed. Again, also, so subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on social media feeds. Like, favorite, share if you want to. And also, ring the bell for notification when we have a new episode live of this show specifically. I'll see you guys next Wednesday for another episode. But until then, stay safe. Peace out.